Hello traders, it's Petko Alexandrov and today is the 17th of August 2020, right after 1 month since my last video. And as I have said, I waited for 1 month and now we will see what is the performance of the strategies that I have generated, and we will see which one I will be using for my trading. So I am at the historical data app and I will download the data for the 3 of the currency pairs so I can recalculate the collections. And I will start with euro dollar. I will select Expert Advisor Studio, load data, and I will wait a little bit for the data to be loaded, and I will download it for M15, M30 and H1, and then I will do the very same thing for the pound dollar. Here it is. I will load the data. One more time, the strategies are on H1, but I usually download them for M15, M30 and H1 because I will be updating some of the expert advisors for my other courses. So I will need the data for M15 and M30. And as well, I will go for euro pound and I will load the data. And once it's ready, I'm just downloading it. One click, very easy, very fast download. And this, one more time, is data converted from ticks to bars. And this is how it is so fast, and it takes just a couple of seconds. So that's it. For about 1 minute, I have the new data. And now I will just drop this data into the drop zone in EA Studio, and once it is uploaded, it will be ready to use. So let me upload the collection now, and I will start with euro pound, and here is the collection. Now what we said is that we need to recalculate these strategies according to the most recent 1 month, or in other words, I want to see how these 25 strategies performed during the last 1 month. What I will do, I will go to data and I will click on data horizon, and again I will use the start date limit, but I will change it to 17th of July 2020. Okay, until today, which is 17th of August 2020, so 1 month. And if I go back to the collection and I click on recalculate, you will see what happens. I have the strategies and I see the result just for the last 1 month. You can see the first one had a really nice equity line, and you notice that the equity lines are a little bit different. This is because we have less count of trades. For the first strategy we have 7, then we have 15, 12, 14, 8, and this shows how many trades the strategies opened during this 1 month. Now if you want, you can go to each strategy, you can have a look at the report, which will show you the statistics, and as well in journal I can see exactly the results from each trade. And with the first strategy you can notice something: there is no losing trade for the 1 month, which is really nice. Totally 10,284 or $284 of a profit. And you can have a look at all of these, but what I will do, I will just scroll down to show you the strategy. So for example, this one had only 3 trades for that period, which means 1 trade for every 10 days on average base. But you can see that the others usually had 7, 8, 21 with this one, and then 12, 15. So these are active strategies, as I explained why on the shorter period of 5 years I was generating the strategies. I requested 500 count of trades, which gives me as a result active strategies. Yeah, it might happen that there is a strategy with just 3 trades. Could be a chance that this strategy didn't have more entries for the tested period of 1 month. Let me have a look at the others. So I will go to page 2. Here are 7, another strategy with 3, and then here I have one with 6. And what you can notice now is that already here I have some losing strategies. Not really huge losses. You can see there were some profitable trades, losses, then with this one we had loss and then profit. So it's quite normal, and that's the idea of testing the expert advisors, to remove the strategies that are losing or to remove the strategies that had less count of trades like 3. Now what I will do, I will start removing them, and for sure I will be removing the strategies that show losses. For example, this one over here, you can see it had just losses, so definitely I don't want to trade with this one. I will remove basically all the strategies that are negative, exactly on the break even, so no profits and no losses. This one is on a loss, this one is on a loss. I will simply remove the strategies that are on the loss. And then what I have left 15 strategies into the collection. So from the 25, 15 were profitable and the 10 were losing, which is good. More than the half are profitable, but I want to continue trading with the strategies that are just profitable from the last month. And for sure I will remove this strategy that opened just 3 trades, because I don't want to trade a strategy that opens a trade one time in every 10 days on average base, if we can say that. And then let's have a look at the other strategies. These strategies opened about 7, and the strategies on the first page are really nice, by the way. And the last one opened 3 trades as well. I will remove it. And then I will have a look one more time at the strategies on the second page. So from here I can do a couple of things. I can continue trading with all the strategies that made me profit and they are active, so I consider active the strategies that had at least 5 trades for the last 1 month. So all of these strategies, as you can see, they had more than 5 trades, 7 over here, 6, 7, and what we have on the second page is 7, 7, 15. So all of them had over 5 trades. Or what else I can do, I can leave the top 10 expert advisors or the top 10 strategies that I have on the first page, and I will just remove the strategies that I have here on the second page, because you can see this one is on break even. It means that it had profitable trades, but you see this huge drop here. If I click on it, you will see that it has a huge stop loss and a small take profit. It's very recognizable just from the equity line, okay? It does profits, 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 and then one time huge loss, which is not the strategy I want to trade with really in my portfolio, so I will remove it, and I will just remove the other 2. So I will have the 10 strategies that performed the best during the last 1 month for the euro pound. And now what I do, first I download this collection with the 10 strategies, and then I add them to the portfolio, which means that all of these strategies will go to one expert advisor or one portfolio expert advisor. And if I calculate it, you will see the summarized result or the summarized balance chart for the 10 strategies during the last 1 month. I had totally 506 trades. You can see $734 as a profit. It is a very small drawdown of 1.37%. And I have a profit factor of 2.33, which is pretty good result. Alright, the good thing with the portfolio expert advisor is first that we can trade all these 10 strategies with one expert advisor, and second is we see the summarized result, which shows us that when trading portfolio expert advisors, we have much better equity line, because if you compare this equity line to any of the rest, okay, any of the others, yeah, the first one is really nice because it had just profits during the last month. But if you look at the line, it's very stable, and they compensate each other. This is what I always repeat. When one strategy loses at one moment, the others will be profiting, and they compensate each other. And basically trading with portfolios is so much better for me personally. I have tested it a lot for many of the students and the traders that use already AI Studio. So this is what I will be using, and this is what I will share with you in this course. I will provide you with the ready portfolio expert advisor, and for the moment it works for MetaTrader 4. So I will include in the next lecture the portfolio expert advisors for the 3 currency pairs. You will find them as resource files. So what I will do now, I will remove the collection, I will delete all the strategies, I have downloaded them, I have exported the portfolio expert advisor, and then I will go to pound dollar, I click on open, and it recalculates immediately because we already have the data horizon for the last 1 month. So once the collection is loaded, it loads on the settings that we have for the data horizon. And let's see what we have here. 25 strategies. On the first page are profitable strategies. On the second one, we have still profitable strategies. And let's see, on the third one, probably we'll have some losing strategies. Actually just 2, okay? You see this one ended on $10,008, and the last 2 are losing strategies. So out of the 25, we had just 2 losing strategies, which is pretty good. I will remove them right away, and I will filter a little bit the other strategies. So I will leave just 10 on the first page. The easiest way to do that is I just go to the first page and I start removing the strategies that I don't want to trade with. So the first strategy is obviously very nice, great equity lines. The first strategy did $333 with 13 trades, and this is one more time trading with 0.1 lot, which is pretty good. And you see that the stop loss is 18 pips and the take profit is 81. Pretty cool, right? So I will definitely keep this strategy. And then let's have a look what we have below that. I think I want to keep trading with all of these strategies, but you see the strategy right here did profits and then it did losses recently, which is not really the thing I want to see. Same with this one, just 5 trades, so definitely I will remove this one. And then we have another great strategy here. So it will be a little bit harder for me to remove the strategies, but definitely I want to remove the strategies that are losing recently. So what happened, they were profiting about 15 days, and then 15 days this strategy started to lose, so I will just remove it. And then to make it faster, you can use the performance filters, which allows you to filter the strategies. So for example, as I said, I don't want to trade strategies that had less than 5 trades. I can select minimum count of trades, and if I select 5, this will filter the strategies. In this case, it didn't filter them because all of the strategies obviously have more than 5 count of trades, because from 21 we have 21. Let me increase it to 6, and what we'll have? Again, 21 of 21. So all of the strategies had at least 6 trades. Now let me add minimum profit factor. I will go to 1.1, and you see that the strategies are already 17 out of the 21. If I go to 1.2, 16 out of the 21. Okay, so let me try to increase it to 1.3, still 16, 1.4, 14, 1.5, what I will have, 14, 6, let's see where I will go, 1.7. Okay, so 11 of the strategies had a profit factor above 1.7, which is really, really good. here are the strategies. Let me see the last strategy that is on the second page. 6 trades. It did profits recently, so I will be removing this strategy over here, profits and then losses. Okay, it did this period of losses recently, which I really don't want to have, and I will just remove it. 10 strategies left into the collection. Here they are, and I will download now the collection, and as well I will add them to the portfolio, but first I will need to remove the previous portfolio for the euro pound. Going to the collection, portfolio, add all, and I click on portfolio, calculate, and here it is, another great balance chart for these portfolio experts. And I will export it one click as portfolio expert advisor. Imagine that, guys, with one click I export all of these strategies as one expert advisor. If I were a developer, that would take me weeks, even months, I don't know how long, but a lot of time to code all of that, and with EA Studio I can do it with one click. Really nice. And just one thing to have in mind, the portfolio expert advisor option, this thing here is not available in the 15 days free trial, okay, just to make it clear. If you want to test EA Studio for 15 days, you can do that. You can export as many single expert advisors, but not portfolio expert advisors. And this is why I will include portfolio expert advisors in this course. Now let me remove this one as well. And I will remove the collection and I will upload the last one for euro dollar. I have generated 30 strategies last month, and what you see is that I have exactly 10 strategies out of the 30 if I keep the same validation criteria, okay, because I have left the minimum count of trades to 6 and minimum profit factor of 1.7. So exactly 10 strategies again are passing that criteria. Probably these will be the strategies that I will be using, but let me remove it quickly just because I want to see how many at the end we're losing out of the 30. If I go to the third page, still profitable strategies, and here I have a losing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is great. Out of the 30 strategies, 4 were losing, the others did positive result at the end of the day. Not really great equity lines, but not losing strategies. So very quickly I will do the same thing. I will add minimum count of trades. We said 6, works fine. So 26 out of the 30 strategies have more than 6 count of trades, and as well I will add the profit factor, which one more time is the total profits divided by the total losses, or the net profits divided by the net losses. If I go to 1.7, 10 out of the 30 strategies have more than 6 trades and more than 1.7 profit factor. Here they are, and these are the strategies that I want to trade with. I will quickly download the collection to save it, and I will add the top 10 or all the strategies into the portfolio, and I will calculate it. You will see another great equity line. Here at the beginning you can notice that it was going just sideways and then profits, but euro dollar was really hard to be traded during July and first week of August because the euro was very bullish against the dollar. But overall we see a very nice balance chart. I will export it, and now I have the 3 portfolio expert advisors ready to be placed on MetaTrader. I have the 3 collections saved, and I will include these as a resource files to my next lecture. And as well, I will be updating the course every month with the new top performers from the last month, so you can test them and you can trade with them if you want to. You will find them as resource files in the next lecture, and in the next lecture I will show you how to put them properly on MetaTrader platform. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure to do it to get more of our free videos. Bye.